Hello guys, today I'm going to try to help you guys get out of silver and into gold. I'm making this video because one of my subscribers is having trouble getting out of silver, and I feel that many of you are having the same issue, so I just want to make this video in order to help you guys advance through silver into gold. All these tips are coming from someone who was hard stuck silver for a season after switching to PC. I was plat on both consoles and I'm working on it on PC, but no matter your rank, there are always ways to get better. With that being said, if you do find this video helpful, please consider subscribing and be sure to drop a like so this video can get pushed out more and help more people. Let's get into it. So the first habit I want you guys to get into is droning. If you don't already drone, please do. I have seen so many silvers that will push the opposite side of the map and get railed by a roamer doing the job. Then they'll get mad at the team, yet it's their fault for not droning the room to make sure it's clear. Even golds do this, but I want you guys to get into this habit because it will guaranteed help you win rounds and roam clear. Before you push into a room, drone it in the surrounding rooms. Make sure to gather information you can act off of. What I mean by this is don't drone a room on the other side of the map if none of your teammates are there to be able to get the kill and act off of the callouts. After you drone the side of the map you plan to push into, you can do what the situation calls for. I can't tell you that you must do this and this because it is very circumstantial, but something to generally stick to is if someone is in the room, either make the call out to your team or your teammates to roam clear and work together, or you can simply run away and push somewhere else after making the call out. The reason you would run away is because you don't want to run out of time to push. This is also something that happens so often in silver. Too many times do I see silver players sitting around in spawn or holding an angle for longer than necessary. You don't need to push only one side of the map. If someone is contesting your entrance, then ask for help from your teammates or move to another entrance. If you're sitting there holding an angle for longer than necessary, then that enemy is essentially doing their job, which is to waste your time. Don't let them do that. Learn to manage your time. A good rule of thumb is that by 2 minutes, you should almost always already be in the building. Speaking of time, please don't push so late. I see so many silver players just sitting outside site holding angles with like 9 seconds left on the clock. You need to push. Stop saving your KD because it means nothing. If it's a 1vx situation, you still have a chance to win. Get in there, plant, and hold angles. At least try. The game is more important than your KD. Who knows, you may get lucky and actually get the plant off, and what do you know, you won a round. You didn't think you would, right? Why? Because you tried. Stop waiting for 5 seconds left on the timer to plant. If you see an open opportunity to plant and potentially win the round, take it. Stop waiting because then that hidden yokai or that goo mine will shaft you and cost the round. Trust me, manage your time better. The next tip I'm going to give you guys is to relax your ego and realize that your KD means nothing. Your win-loss ratio and rank mean more than your KD. If you're plat or diamond with a 0.9 or 0.8, that is much more impressive than a silver with a 1.3 KD. Stop stroking your ego and stop saving your KD because it means nothing in that low of a rank. Essentially, it really never means anything. Take the risk and risk your KD to win the round. There are pro players with very low KDs simply because they play support, but they still win the round. Why? Because they do their jobs, whatever it may be. If you're a hard breach, do your job and breach the wall. If you're Twitch, do your job and clear the wall. As long as you use your utility and gadget to the best of your ability before you die, that is almost always all that matters. Someone who does their job and uses all their utility and sets up drones properly, then dies, to me is more useful than someone who gets one pick then dies. This is essentially because those drones and utility that they use, it'll help the team win the round and even get more kills than just one. You need to realize that Siege is a game of intel and communication, not only kills. You can win the round without killing everyone if you simply know where they're at and what utility they have. Remember that, okay? Your KD is not everything. Winning the game is more important, especially in this video because if you're watching this, you probably want to get out of silver, right? Remember that your KD is not everything. Winning the game is more important. Next, you want to learn how to learn. I barely learned this myself, but if you don't already know, then pay attention. What I mean by this is learn from your mistakes. I know everyone says this, If I had $1 for every time I heard this, you'd be getting better content due to the better hardware I'd be able to afford. Anyways, I always wondered how you learn from your mistakes. Like, they'll always tell you, oh, learn from your mistakes. And then I die and I'm like, okay, well, like, how do I learn from this? I know it sounds stupid, but I figured it out. And I want you guys to learn right now so you don't have to take as long as I did. Basically, in terms of Siege, when you die, I want you to ask yourself every time you die, why you died. Once you answer that question, think about how you could have changed the outcome so that you could have spared your own life. Maybe you didn't have to peek that angle, or maybe there was no need to push. Once that is established, then remember this mistake the next time you're in the same situation, and you'll be able to progress from this. After losing a round, think about what you did wrong, and think about what could have been done differently. Same thing when you lose a game. Are you seeing the pattern here? It's all about learning to prevent the same mistakes from being made. Sometimes there won't be anything to learn, but I'd say 95% of the time there is something to learn. When you're more conscious and mindful of these mistakes, this is when you'll begin to play better. And I can promise you that because I did the same thing and I have seen a massive improvement in my gameplay. So this last tip I'm going to give you guys will apply to everyone regardless of your rank, skill level, etc. That is to stop tilting and getting mad, whether it be at the game or your teammates or whatever. They may have made a mistake, but there's also something that you could have done yourself differently to change the outcome of that round. Tilting and getting mad will make your brain foggy and you'll be unable to think properly and quickly, which will only make you perform worse, and I can promise you that. You need to stop getting mad and take a deep breath and think about why you died and how you could have prevented it, going back to the previous tip. Even if you died, you still were able to gain something from that, whether it be knowing a new angle or attack strategy. Please do not let off your anger on your teammates. This will mess up their focus and cause them to play worse. I've seen this way too many times. If you want to help them, then say something less direct, like rather than, oh, you need to drone more, you can say, all right, team, maybe we need to drone more. It's less direct so they won't feel attacked and the stress won't destroy their focus and confidence. Also, do not pay attention to the enemy's trash talking. You can simply turn it off because this is going to negatively impact the motivation and focus of both you and your teammates. It's all mental. Siege is a very mental game. If you need to turn off the chat, then do it. Remember, it's all to help your rank. I was watching a Pro League match the other day, and I don't remember who they were playing, but they were trash talking in chat, and it really got to the enemy's heads, or the other team's heads basically. And they lost hard. They really did lose hard, but that's because they let it get to their heads. So I want you guys to keep a level head, stop tilting, and think about how you can change the outcomes of your games. So that is all I have for you guys in today's video. I want you guys to start implementing these into your gameplay right now, and I promise you will see improvement. If you did enjoy this video and find it helpful, please drop a like and consider subscribing. I want to help as many people as I possibly can. Have a good day, everyone. I'll see you in the next one.